Oh, sounds like a great day to do that. And Jason, I'm sure lots of people today were probably reaching for a little ice cream cone.
Oh, yeah. I think for an ice cream cone, a snow cone, some ice water, hopefully they're reaching for the sunscreen as well. Because
yes, important.
UV indices, especially for this time of year, are running very, very high. However, I still maintain we'll take a pimple or two with that humidity, to fight those fine lines. But let's get to it. Northeast Ohio, our severe weather risk for Sunday. This is where we're going to start off because all of our focus needs to be on tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. This is what it looks like from the Storm Prediction Center, what our risks are for Sunday afternoon. You can see that we are kind of in between that marginal and slight risk, that green and that yellow. That still runs fairly high in terms of strong winds, some hail being likely, very heavy rain at times, and also the risk for isolated tornadoes. The heaviest risk seems to be south and also west of us, so down near the Cincy area, Dayton, possibly over to the east of that, also getting down into Kentucky and portion of the northern Tennessee River Valley area. So again, all in all, our eyes will be focused on that timeline for tomorrow evening, mainly around dinner time. This is what we're dealing with right now in terms of temperatures. Look at the surge of heat moving into portions of the Central Plains. St. Louis at 96 degrees, 16 degrees warmer than Chicago at this hour, and they're not too far away in terms of distance. This heat moves over towards the east, and this is going to be sort of setting the stage and ripening the atmosphere for strong to severe thunderstorms moving in for tomorrow evening. Our rain showers earlier beginning to taper off. That area low is moving up towards the north and also west. It is allowing for some northerly winds to come on in, and the performance of this area of high pressure is aiding in some clearing skies for us as well. There is some severe weather beginning to happen back over towards the Iowa region and also getting up towards north and also western Minnesota, eastern North Dakota as well. This is what this energy is going to be propelling as it moves towards the east. Warm fronts are likely to move in starting tonight through early tomorrow, so a big push of heat arriving with that south wind moving on in for us on Sunday. We remain fairly quiet overnight tonight, just a few drip drops out there across the Buckeye State right now. Temperatures also behaving themselves. We still got the performance of that north wind kind of aiding and abetting some cooler temperatures. Cooler lower 70s along the lakeside, mid to upper 70s. You can see stretching down towards the south and even a lone 80 degrees over in Elyria. But we're also still dealing with the maritime effect. We're still got some elevated dew point temperatures, feeling a little bit of extra humid out there as well. In terms of rainfall accumulations, we make it through half of Sunday pretty good, but notice what happens 24 hours out from that. The numbers really spike, getting at or around and even above an inch of rainfall. This carries us through Monday afternoon, and we're not done yet. Look at our rain chances. They continue over into Tuesday, and we likely get into the first half of Wednesday with some rain chances, maybe even a couple rumbles on Tuesday leading into Wednesday as well. So let's time this out for the rest of the evening. Again, we're going to be fairly quiet. Mid to upper 60s expected. We're going to stick with that north wind turning more westerly and then moving in from the south starting tomorrow. Even around 7, 8 a.m., most temperatures will be in the upper 60s, perhaps around 70 degrees. We make it through the half of the day, and I think the Guardians will be able to start the game tomorrow afternoon, all but dry. We'll notice some increasing clouds and also breezy winds, 10 to 15, perhaps even gusts between 15 and 20 miles per hour, and that'll start off with some scattered thunderstorms possible in areas east. The real potent energy arrives between 6, 7, and perhaps even 11 p.m. for tomorrow evening. This could really cause a brush of very high winds moving in. Some of it could be straight line winds. We can see a little bit of rotation with that. It really kind of depends on what the system sets up over towards the west. If it maintains this energy, it is likely that we're going to get some stronger storms moving through. We're done with that energy around 11, perhaps even around midnight, but even areas east will still be dealing with some rumbles. We stick with that area low. That meandering happens. If we get the backside of that low coming in on Monday afternoon, Monday night, leading in towards Tuesday. And yes, we just continue with those rain chances for the first half of next week. Storm threats for you tomorrow. Here's how it looks on the graphic. You can see damaging winds. We're going to keep that at a medium to high risk. Large hail, medium to low risk possible. And that tornado risk, of course, we still have to maintain that is a risk for us on tomorrow afternoon. Here's your Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook. Rain lingers into Tuesday. So the first half of the week, yes, we're going to be wet. We're going to have some rumbles here. And then we sort of start to turn the faucet off. Once we get into Wednesday afternoon, high pressure returns. Sun and clouds, I think it's going to feel fairly perfect on Thursday. And even on Friday, not that bad. Low 80s, near average high temperatures, upper 50s. And then another storm threat possible for Saturday of next week.
Okay, so it feels like we just need to muscle our way through a few days, and then we have a nice little reward at the end of the week.
That's right. Our marching orders will be pay attention to radar tomorrow afternoon.
And we all listen to Jason, so we will.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Jason.